Oh, I am live. What's going on? What's going on? Welcome back to Rome's Rebellion. We got a uh, special, special episode. This one, I hold dearly to my heart because as a poor black kid, hip hop was one of the first things that I had to, connect with. First rapper I ever listened to was LL Cool J, if you can believe it. I remember Esham growing up. He used to sell his albums out of the trunk on the east side of Detroit. I remember seeing him. He used to ride around in a hearse. It was just so much. I used to get into breakdancing. Um, Man, it was so dope. Especially coming up in the '90s where everybody wanted to be a rap artist or breakdancer, beatbox. I got into beatboxing for a minute, and hip hop. It's a great tool to use to have your voices heard. It's a great tool to have your voices heard. And this is why the CIA. This is why the CIA had to do what they had to do, and this is why they made it about money and not art. They made it about you know fucking people and and not fucking over the government. Because if you can remember, how rap actually started, it was a whole bunch of people. It was a whole bunch of rappers who was like, because they grew up in the era where their parents had to do drugs or maybe they had to sell drugs. So they used to teach people in their music not to do drugs. It used to be like whole groups. I can't even think of the name. It used to be a group, and they had a whole bunch of anti-drug songs, anti-gang banging songs, shit like that. How everybody doing? Hope y'all having a nice day. Welcome to Rome's Rebellion. I'm waiting for my guest. He should be in a minute. Yep, Run DMC was anti-drug. It was just so much, but money can really change a person. It's not even really about the person, because a lot of people are willing to sell out. They would take that check, and I just hate to see that this is happening. You know what I'm saying? They are taking this check. We see, Eminem performing for Joe Biden or letting him. I think he let him use a song or some shit like that. I'm just like, what the fuck, nigga? When you just cussing out Hillary Clinton? When you just cussing out Rush Limbaugh? You just going hard at Bush, but now you're a fucking shit lid. And we can say, oh well, they don't live in our times, they live in a different world or whatever it may be. No matter what world you think these people live in, they hear and see the same things that we say. They hear us. That's why when somebody say, hey, this artist should do that, they should do this. They listen to the people, but when it comes to actually stand up, they say, oh, the best thing we can do is give you the Democrats. The best thing we can do is yeah, and I invited Chuck D on. So hopefully he comes on and he can have his rebuttal. He was kind of condescending during that interview, I should say. It was disappointing. But what can you say? When the proof is right there, like what can you actually say? It's like, hey, we caught you with your hands in the cookie jar. It's like, oh, that ain't my hand. The people put my hand right there. I had to, like, he talking about, oh, well, people don't know, they ain't old enough and ain't seeing what I say. I'm like, what? Nigga, y'all told us fight the power. Now you, if that's not selling out, then I don't know what the fuck is. But I'm gonna try to get Chuck D on the channel. If not, he probably gonna go on Sabby's. And we're gonna ask him some questions because and it's another artist. It's a couple of artists that I know I would never get to interview because I'm not big enough. They always, and that's another thing with the rappers. nowadays. It's always this end game. It's always you got to be this to talk to me. You got to be this. You got to be this high. You got to have this much rank to be able to talk to me. And this is why we say y'all out of touch with reality, because you say, oh, I'm from the hood. Every time a motherfucker ready to pull your card, they say, I'm from the hood. I was poor. I had to come up and this and that. But you cut off everybody else that still goes through the same things that you had to go through. They still going to be going through those things. And you just cut them off. Now, for whatever reasons, you know, it might be different reasons. Some niggas might be plotting against you. Some people might want your money. You know, but all them people, you can't tell me everybody in the hood is plotting against you, or whatever the fuck it may be. But even if they is, all that does is show that you didn't, you know, you led with individualism. Because while you was coming up, you're supposed to bring up your team. You're supposed to bring up your crew, your hood. Everybody's supposed to get a piece of the pie. You don't see, like, if I got this fucking $100 shirt on and my niggas got a $5 t-shirt on, you know what I'm saying? I got on nice J's and my niggas got on Payless. Like, they eating, but the pie ain't being shared correctly, right? And that's why people come. That's why when rappers come back to the hood, they get robbed, because you're not a part of this. You just from it, you know. And it's just disappointing. I'm trying to see if I can get my guess in. Hold on. But while we waiting on him, CIA, it's not about what he said. It's about what he did. This man is basically a Fed. He's working for the State Department, and it was always these rumors of people who you know, got investments in prisons or in certain type of systems to keep black and brown people down. They invest in certain type of music or artists, and they try to get us pulled over there. They try to get us to hate each other, hit each other, kill each other, give drugs to each other. And it looked like it's not even a conspiracy anymore. He's not even the only rapper. Like, if you look it up, he's not even the only rapper. All right, so our guest just came in. I'm about to put him up. This is man, this is actually an honor to have him on. I know he's gonna talk his shit, so I'm gonna let him introduce himself. He's a great artist, you guys. I want you guys to look him up after this. If anybody who don't know him, look him up. He got some great music out there. How you doing today, Slank?
No, how's it going? I appreciate you having me on here.
Oh man, shit! I saw your ass going hard. I'm like, oh, I'm smoking. I'm like, I'm in my garage. I'm like, hold on, what? I saw the E40. Then I go, hold on, let me go on this nigga page. What the hell are you talking about? I'm just like, oh my god, that's fucked up. And
No,
you know, I had a feeling about that one rapper, D1.
Yeah, Christian rapper.
Yeah, I don't trust Christian rappers.
No, I don't blame you. I don't blame you.
I don't trust Christian rappers. And the shit that he say is like he wants people to be together, but he always uses us to divide each other. Oh, we like this and we like that and black. Who's we comparing ourselves to as black people, right? Who are you trying to compare us to? And it's just always trying to. He say he won't us unify, but it comes off as division for real. Because I don't know. I don't.
No, I know what you're saying. Same thing with kind of how he was pointing out the BET Awards the other day, the D1 guy.
Yeah.
And you know, pointing out like how this is negative, the portrayal of us on TV, whatever. But then he himself is, you know what I'm saying, aligned with the U.S. State Department, that like you got to call out both. You know what I'm saying? Like we can call out that, but yeah, we need to talk about the connections you got going on first. Like, and I seen they were sending him to Zimbabwe. I think he's there right now. Somebody texted me like, somebody in my collective, hip hop collective Push Soul, they texted me, D1 had put up on Instagram that he was like about to fly out to Zimbabwe yesterday or something, for the U.S. State Department. He was real happy about it and stuff. And that's a country that's right now under sanctions. You know what I'm saying? About the U.S. I think maybe not the country's under sanctions, but at least like the president and officials in the government are being targeted by U.S. State Department. And then he's signing up to go over there and
basically do Fed work.
Yeah. Soft
like,
power.
So they're using you as a missionary, like, and it's like, I mean, are you religious? Because I don't want to get like
no, not like I was raised in the Baptist church and stuff,
here.
but like, you know what I'm saying, I don't go to Baptist church anymore.
Yeah. So it's kind of like ironic. It's like you a Christian rapper and you still don't know the difference, like like you don't know that you're doing Fed work, or maybe you do, but that make it worse, you know?
Yeah, and either way it's bad. Like, and that's why the Chuck D situation, like that kind of hurt for real, because you know what I'm saying, that's somebody that I definitely got a lot of inspiration from. I found like, you know, he's definitely like a legendary rapper, like one of the, you know, pioneers back in the early days, especially of like political content and music. And like his whole thing was, you know, standing for fighting the power, don't believe the hype, can't trust it, you know what I'm saying? And now he's with Blinken and Leroy Cohen becoming their ambassador. And like, so yeah, I said something on Twitter about it. I added him because we've been following each other for a while.
And yeah, man. Oh my God, this is
he got kind of upset.
So heartbreaking.
And I even seen him on another. He did like an interview, like yesterday or some shit, where he was trying to explain himself, but it really didn't. He wasn't making like much sense for real, in my opinion.
Yeah, he was real condescending. I watched some of it, but he was just coming off like egomaniac and like, oh, you guys don't understand. You haven't seen what I've seen. Like, nigga, they don't answer no questions.
Yeah, I mean, even on Twitter, he compared himself to Jesus or something in the comments recently, and he was like, you know, talking about how it's not 70 years ago, whatever. Basically, to I guess kind of say like the CIA and all that shit don't move like they used to. They don't come twice the same way. But yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, it's more sophisticated now, so that's not no excuse to now work with them. And but yeah, he was like comparing himself to Jesus and shit.
That's crazy, and that's why you know. And I'm like, man, I'm about to take you off my motherfucking workout, because that shit it really gets to me. Because you know, hip hop is not just music; it's a way of life. It's the way we came up. You know, it shaped our lives. It shaped the way we walk and we talk now. You know, our neighborhoods and everything. And whether that be good or bad, it still have a hell of an influence on us. And I just hate to see that the government has found a way to fucking put their hands in this shit. I'm sorry, my fucking old ass computer, my screen is frozen right now. But
no, you.
Yeah, man, this is it's crazy because I see you I see your pay, I see your shit right here. You smiling and scuffling with 10%ers while they carry out a genocide, Chuck.
Yeah, because he was trying to make like a 5% analogy and say like you got to reach out to work with them to like educate the masses or something. But I didn't really see how that applied. I don't know. His logic wasn't making sense to me.
And it can't make sense. All he can do is spiral. And what he didn't think was we were smart enough to catch on. And he didn't think, even if we were smart enough to catch on, he didn't think anybody was going to check him on it. He didn't think it would blow up as much as it did, get as many eyes on it. Because, you know, this is a like, dude, talk about being a shell of yourself. And I hate to make money jokes and shit like that, but you know, a lot of these rappers, they them songs last longer than what they're valued at. Like he might still can perform fight the power, but how many times you got to do that to pay the bills? You know what I'm saying? And that shit start to dry up. and these people start to take checks, obviously, because why else would you do this? Like,
yeah, well, I mean, I think he said on that interview that he's not getting paid for this, but but then the host said that makes it worse almost. Like, I don't know, like what his motivation.
oh
I
my
think,
God.
But it's like the way he said they don't move like that no more. In like 2021, when there was protests down in Cuba against the government, the U.S. State Department used like NED money and U.S. aid money to fund a number of like different Cuban rappers that was willing to speak out against the government and like, basically they was funding like color revolutions through the music type shit.
Yeah.
And so yeah, like the
I mean,
shit
you
definitely
can see that
still
now. Like
exists.
you can see that now, even with country music, right? Country music used to be, I was just talking about this. Country music used to be like, oh, we're gonna unionize, fuck the boss, we're gonna take over, we're gonna, whatever, it was real redneck music, and they wasn't patriotic about just about anything. They love their hood, just like any nigga from the city or any from any neighborhood. But then it went from, we're gonna unionize to, oh, I love America, and you should try that in a small town, and just all, it's all this bullshit, right?
Yeah.
And now we see the same thing in hip hop, but they don't usually be, they don't usually do it through their music because the people are gonna call this shit out. But what they would do is they would perform for these people like coons.
Yeah.
Like coons, you tap dancing for the masses. They pay you a couple of shacklins, and you just like. I just don't get what is the what do they think is going to happen? Like, people are waking up. This is not the age of newspapers. We see you.
Yeah, exactly.
We see the genocides. We see the genocide in Congo. We see the genocide in Palestine. And for you to sit here and say, "Oh, they're still not like that," what was they like before then? Tell me something I'm missing.
Nah, facts. And another thing, like in like looking into this shit, because it goes back even before hip hop, they was trying to control black art forms, black music, black writing. Like even during like slavery times, with they would always make if a certain amount of black people gathered together, they had to have a white person there to supervise them. You know what I'm saying? Or like they had restriction on us learning how to read, shit like that. So like there's always been this effort to control like black thought, black art type shit. And moving on to like even like the 20th century, the FBI had whole divisions that their job was just to read black writers' work and then try to mimic the style of black writers and write to them to get one black writer discouraged or get a beef going. Same thing they do with the Panthers with the fake letters. So like just it's an evolution of the COINTELPRO to like once hip hop emerged, like a lot of the COINTELPRO units just changed the name, became like rap units, gang units type shit. That's all in
I like that you said it, because you just reminded me of the East Coast West Coast beef. And Tupac was like, the Fugees are feds. And I didn't believe. I'm like, what the fuck this nigga talking about? Like, this nigga a fed. Turns out, yes, one of the, I forgot his name. I forgot which one.
Cross, I think.
Yep.
Yeah, he was working.
He was a fed this whole time. I'm like, that's shit. I was wondering, like, what the fuck did the Fugees jump in the East Coast and West Coast? Like, that don't make no damn sense. Y'all niggas is conscious rappers. You know what I'm saying? Y'all reggae, and you sing, and it's a whole different vibe to you. And I just didn't take them serious through the whole beef. And now I understand why. They went in with a reason.
No,
to break us up even more, man. And it's just like, it's hip hop. You see how, like we were just talking earlier, how it connects to us so much that it become a lifestyle, as a way of life. And they know this music, it don't only touch your minds and hearts, it can touch you, period. You know what I'm saying? You say the wrong things about a rapper, then it's bloodshed on the streets. And this is what they need, more bloodshed on the streets. They already got gangs going against each other when we wasn't even supposed to be against each other. Whether I'm GD, Blood, or whatever it may be, we still supposed to learn how to work
Yeah, thanks.
amongst the same in the same city, whatever it may be. They threw crack, they threw money, individualism in between us, and we took the bait. It's sad to say, but we did take the bait. But we supposed to have other artists like Chuck D, like D1 to educate the people, not go in like I hate this analogy of I'm gonna go in and fix the system from the inside. Like, okay, well, I'm gonna just, I'm gonna take apart this alligator. Let me just get inside his mouth real quick. Like, no, or if you like you swim with sharks, you swim with alligators, you in a swamp filled with alligators, you're gonna get eaten. Or become one of them. So this is crazy, man. They using our people against us. Yeah, this thing's still frozen.
And it's like it's not even just it's like the mainstream artists, people pretty much know they already compromised, like the Diddy's or what I'm saying, the ones that have ties to these like rich Zionists and billionaires and shit like that. We already know they're compromised, but the messed up thing about the State Department shit is they got whole programs to go after like
millions and millions.
Like not just the big artists, but they got programs for like underground artists where they give them like grants and shit. Like D1 is part of that program. Like it's called like Next Level or whatever, and they got a whole roster on the website with all these rappers, and at the bottom says like sponsored by the State Department. And they got them on there smiling, talking about which country they're sending them to, Bolivia or Zimbabwe, all the countries the U.S. be fucking with. And Hillary Clinton, when she was Secretary of State, she herself said, when speaking on the programs they were sending of hip hop artists to Syria, she said that they used hip hop in the State Department as a chess piece in like global diplomacy or whatever, like international policy. So Hillary Clinton herself admits, like, yes, we use hip hop as a tool in countries we want to destabilize, and then these motherfuckers, like these dudes, is just signing up to go do that, like willingly, happy.
Ain't enough money in the motherfucking world, and then to say, "Oh, I'm not doing this for money," that's bullshit. I know that's bullshit. That's what niggas love to say when they get caught out. I'm not even getting paid for this, bro. What the fuck are you talking about?
That would make it worse than that. You just like volunteering to serve the U.S.
Sell out. You just gave in. Mm-hmm. You just gave in, like, and like I said, I invited Chuck D on. Hopefully he come on. He can get his rebuttal, and if he want to come on and face you, we can have a face-to-face talk, because this is serious, And I'm kind of I'm tired of these so-called leaders or these so-called spokesmen for the Black communities, compromising and selling out. And this is the problem. This is what Malcolm X was saying. You don't see no fucking comedians or actors or songwriters speaking up for white communities. Why is it these motherfuckers speaking up for our communities? Why is it that these motherfuckers got to go and like?
Yeah, so I remember that.
Yeah, if you want to speak up, you know what I'm saying? Don't fucking become one of the people that we speaking against. God damn.
No, yeah, and I even said like to Chuck, like, I don't think you personally have negative agenda type shit, but I know that the State Department does. And like they're trying to, do the same thing they did with the jazz ambassadors. Because even at the ceremony, Leor Cohen compared what Chuck D and them was doing to the jazz ambassador program of the 50s and 60s, where they used to send like Louis Armstrong and Dizzy Gillespie and all them over to African countries as a way to have an excuse for like the State Department, the CIA, to be in certain places at certain times to get intel, or in the case of Louis Armstrong, it was to murder Lumumba. Like Louis Armstrong himself wasn't, he didn't know that was why they wanted him to be there. But when he showed up to Congo, he was met by Larry Devlin, who probably just said, I'm a guy from the embassy or something. Really, Larry Devlin's like the head CIA guy in Congo. And the whole mission is, keep track of Lumumba. We want to get into Katanga, blah, blah, blah. So like, same thing applies to today. They didn't stop doing that just because it ain't 1960 no more. Like they probably do it even more. They got more sophisticated programs, and yeah, they're still doing it. But
I'd be surprised, like well, not really nowadays, but I was like, oh, everybody tripping about the sexy red bullshit, like what I'm saying. This she just a hood rat, what I'm saying. Like no, I just seen them come and go, and then I seen a video of her pregnant twerking. I'm like, oh yeah, that's the CIA for sure.
I seen her with she was hanging out with one of them NFL owners. I forget which one. I think it was Johnson, Woody Johnson. What team is he on? He on the Jets, maybe something like that. But he's like the I forget which team he owns. I think it's the Jets. I can't remember. But yeah, she was with one of them owners, and he's related to the family of Johnson & Johnson Pharmaceuticals, who's known for like all kind of experimentation on like black prisoners and shit throughout history. And that's where this guy got his money. But she's over there, like, she gave him a chain, I think, and they was like hanging out. So that's when I knew something was up going on.
Give a nigga a chain and he is that not symbolic?
Yeah.
Duh. And it's not even just these rappers, what I'm saying, like old school rappers. Yeah, a lot of them are sold out. Fat Joe, what hurt me was seeing E40 on that. I ain't gonna lie, that fucking hurt.
Yeah, that was random. I wasn't expecting that.
That one hurt, man. I'm like, god damn, man. Like, and who the fuck voting for Joe Biden listening to E4? I mean, I'm pretty sure, but
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know who the target. I guess they trying to get the black vote.
Yeah,
and they think that E40 and Fat Joe is going to bring that. I don't know, man. Like
yeah, y'all missed the mark on that. E40, maybe 25 years ago, that would have been a good. But no, E40, he's not even the biggest West Coast. He's one of the biggest West Coast legends.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, one of the biggest West Coast legends. But as of right now, he not pulling no damn votes from nobody.
Well, and the rally was in like North Carolina, which seems strange too. Like it wasn't like it was in the Bay, and they, brought E40 out to get like the local vote. They had E40 and Fat Joe in North Carolina for Joe Biden. That didn't make no sense.
Fat Joe, New York is right there.
And Fat Joe was just selling Trump sneakers, so I think he's playing both sides. He don't care. He's just getting checks from either side. You know what I'm saying?
Said, fuck it, I gotta get this money. Y'all niggas ain't paying my bills no more. Y'all ain't buying my music. I don't owe my royalties. I'm gonna fucking sell out. But this remind me of Kodak Black and Lil Wayne. Like a lot of these rappers pay to play with these people and whatnot. I was wondering, like, why the fuck did Trump pardon these random 2-ass niggas? I mean, they're not random, they
probably to look like he cares for the black community. That's his one token to us. Is like, yeah, I free Lil Wayne. Y'all gotta vote for me now.
I'm like, nigga, like, first of all, I was an Eminem fan of Lil Wayne, so you're gonna have to miss me with that. I was 90, back in the early 2000s, niggas always had that argument, who's the best rapper alive. Man, my friends used to be on my head, like, man, I don't give a fuck. Eminem better than everybody. But no, I was wondering, I was like, but then they had some stories that Wayne had paid Trump, in a way that he had gave to his campaign, and it was like, hey, like, hey, I'm gonna need that pardon for this federal case, and that was it's just sickening, man. Because even if I wasn't the biggest fan of Lil Wayne is one of the greatest, one of the greatest minds that we have in hip hop, one of the greatest pens, and damn, like, my nigga, where's your dignity, man?
Yeah. I mean,
this is where individualism get us, and this capitalism, man. This is why, when hip hop started consuming capitalism, when capitalism started consuming hip hop, that had to been a downfall, man. All that early 2000s, 2010s, Laffy Taffy, get all flashy bullshit, and I mean, I'm like,
even before that, with the under Bill Clinton, they passed the Telecommunications Act in '96, and that changed like the ownership of radio stations and shit.
Oh yeah.
Basically, there was it allowed for monopolization of radio stations, and that made it so less local music and less black radio stations had like less control over what they could play type shit.
Because
So
that's funny because I don't know if you know about these songs. It was like mixes, like the dance mixes that they used to play back in the 90s and the early 2000s. Work it, work it. Work it. Like we used to hear that shit all the time. And local DJs, people used to come out to compete. You know, we used to have local rappers. Like if you got like rappers used to sell a couple of $1,000s out of their trunk, and they used to come up to WJLB. That was like how Eminem even got on. That's how King Gordy got on here in Detroit. And it was just now, it makes sense now. It makes sense. And then damn, this shit is crazy.
And so after that too, like it was more controlled on what could get on, and so the messages they was putting out was more the materialistic. You know what I'm saying?
Look at me.
Yeah, like the more like a Diddy type of vibe than say like a Public Enemy type shit.
And that's crazy because I was just watching a shit about Diddy talking about he need to get the cover of some magazine, and you know, wasn't nobody really thinking about sales, you know, first time week sales or how much did you sell, period. It was about what artist is better, who's the better rapper, what album is better, you know what I'm saying? You fucking with Ethers, you fucking with, you know, whatever it may be. It was all about the music, all about the art. But now everybody looking at record sales, and I'm sorry to say, you know, I love 50, but he had a hand on doing that shit too, talking about niggas' numbers. Oh, that nigga, what he said that nigga
talking about with Kanye when he was about to retire if he didn't outsell him?
Fat Joe. Fat Joe thought they was playing the shit in the club. My shit sold 11 mil. His shit was a dud. And he called out Nas a flopping. I'm like, I mean, it's embarrassing when you got the world watching you, but nigga, everybody not going to consume the same art. You know? Even by the same artist. You know, it was sometimes I didn't buy shit. Some of my favorite rappers CDs. Sometimes I just pirate that shit.
Thanks.
I ain't gonna lie, I'll be pirating your shit, nigga. No.
I feel you.
I can't afford this shit. I'm about to go on YouTube. Screen record.
Nah. That's I used to buy the CDs from the barbershop and shit. There was a dude that had everything. He had DVDs too, but yeah, I used to get all the shit like that.
We had hip hop shops, bro. I remember going to record stores and shit like that. And all that shit was just like Walmart. Like, damn, we had shit, you know, built around the fucking culture, bro. Now you don't. Now it's just empty buildings and memories. So that shit's kind of crazy, man. But how long you been an artist? How long have you been into this art?
I mean, my dad's a musician, so like I was playing piano and then like little local bands and shit when I was a kid, but it was more like playing like oldies and soul music and Sam Cooke, stuff like that. But probably around like early high school is when I started like doing more hip hop myself. But I'd always been also listening when I was a kid to like Tupac, Nas, you know what I'm saying? Like you talking about pirating music. So like there was a girl at school that used to make CDs and shit. Like the LimeWire mix, you know what I'm saying? Like you would write down what you wanted.
Computer AIDS.
Yeah, it would just definitely destroy some computers. But yeah, so I used to listen on my little Walkman to a lot of hip hop in like middle school, elementary. But yeah, so
Nigga said the Walkman. Damn, you brought me back, boy. I remember I had the Walkman. I remember the CD players first came out. You couldn't even put that motherfucker sideways. You had to hold that motherfucker.
Yeah.
Your CD was skipping like a motherfucker.
Yeah, if you was on a bus and it hit like a bump, that shit skip.
And it's gonna skip right there forever, nigga. Damn. But that's one thing I wanted to tweet that. I'm gonna tweet that out later. I'm telling the younger generations, bring back CDs, bring back DVDs. Like this is one thing that you will always own, you know, because that's where I had messed up.
Thanks.
I stopped buying, you know, hard copies and just like, all right, I just get the digital one. Now I'm reading the terms and conditions, and they're like, you don't even own this. Like we can delete this right now.
Yeah,
Like,
that's why streaming is so weird. You rent access to music, but you don't. Like back in the day, I would have like my iTunes, all my songs, make like mix CDs. But yeah, now we just
that's
monthly
crazy.
pay for a membership to listen to music type shit.
That's the thing with capitalism. They're gonna find a way to squeeze something dry. They're gonna find a way.
Every time.
And I be seeing you. I be like, damn, is this nigga a communist? What the hell?
No,
Like,
definitely
he's based as hell.
socialist, yeah, like Pan-Africanism, you know what I'm saying? Definitely
Pan Africanism. I see that. Oh yeah.
definitely influenced by, like Malcolm, Kwame Ture type stuff like that, yeah.
Yeah, I wouldn't say I'm a Pan African. A lot of people say I do, because a lot of people say I am, because I don't get into these fucking wars with all that. Oh, you're not black. You're from here. You're from there. Where's your grandma from? Like, nigga, all of us is much. Shut up, bro. Just enjoy the beauty of being a colored man, a black man. You know what I'm saying? Be happy to be here, my nigga, because a lot of us die. A lot of our people die to even make it this. To even have us make it this far. So why even fight amongst each other about where we from? Or who gets reparations? Like I said, I want everybody to get reparations. I want land back. I want gold back. I want I want whatever you want. You want your 40 acres in the middle, you get it. But I know people from the Congo are going to need the reparations. I know people in Palestine are going to need the reparations. I know people all throughout Africa that we took advantage of with the British and the France. They're going to need reparations. We're going to have to pay people back. And I'm sorry, it's not just the world just don't revolve around us. Just because we were hurt don't mean other people aren't, or just because we stopped being hurt don't mean other people aren't hurting right now. There's more slaves on this earth than there was when our people was enslaved. And why would I look past that as a black man and say, "Well, that's not my problem"? It is my problem, because they are using my tax dollars to enslave these people. They're using my, you know what I'm saying? They are brainwashing my people.
Facts. And that's also why the Chuck D with Blinken right there, even if he's just saying it's optics, that's bad optics, because they're already using your image to sanitize what they're doing. You know what I'm saying? Genociding the people over there, and that you smiling with the dude responsible for it. Like, just that alone is kind of like in South Africa, they used to tell Black American artists not to come over and perform because that would just legitimize the apartheid government. Back in the apartheid days. So like there was artists that would still go over there, and to go over there, they would get the status of honorary white and stay in all white hotels. Eartha Kitt did it, Percy Sludge. So like it's the same type of shit. You're basically like putting a black face to smile and represent some evil shit that white people's doing, and it's not good optics, and then they using you like if you do it like it.
And if this is 15 years ago, my mama probably would have failed for this shit. Real shit. If I wasn't putting the shit in her ear, like, "Hey, look, these people are evil. These people are evil. Like, stop voting." Like, because they just got into it. Ain't even about who you voting for. It's just like, "Oh, well, Democrat." I'm like, no, stop doing that.
Yeah.
Stop doing that. Read who these people are. You know what I'm saying? Read their policies. Like, you can be voting away your health care and you don't even know it, which is happening.
Yeah.
Biden, his conscience spoke for him. We finally defeated Medicaid.
Yeah, he don't even know what's going on. Man, both parties is ass. Like, I wouldn't vote for neither Biden or Trump or none of these other Democrats or Republicans. Yeah, I definitely take a more fuck that. I ain't trying to pick sides between that shit. I'm out of that. Like, that's another thing I don't like when like even when black people, like when I see some people get frustrated with the Democratic Party and then they'll be like, "Oh, I'm gonna vote Trump now," but it's like that's the same shit. Like you just need to realize, like,
to the other.
Yeah, like the whole thing is fucked. Like the whole system. It's not just like a picking a side of the system. Like they
I heard motherfuckers tell me, "Well, Democrats want you to, live off the government and be blah blah, and Republicans want you to work and this and that." Blah, blah. I'm like, look, man, this is life, bro. We make the rules. We are humans, bro. We make the rules.
Yeah.
We don't have to work for shit. Like, if you want to work, you can work. But it is a better way, bro. And there's a reason why they keep you away from these better ways. There's a reason why they have embargoes and all this shit. The reason why we can't talk to people in these different countries. You think that you're free, but you're not, man. You're really isolated from the world, and you don't. That's why you don't see other solutions that can be possible. You going back and forth between the Democratic Party when what you should be doing is, trying to co-opt your fucking workplace or unionize it at least. At least unionize. But oh no, unions, this and that. I ain't paying no dues. Nigga, you gonna pay dues. Because what's gonna happen is if you don't pay your union dues, if you don't want to pay union dues, then your wage is gonna go to the top. I'd rather pay union dues than pay rent for my boss's fucking vacation home. Like make it make sense, man. You don't want to sacrifice, but you want to benefit from doing what? It's just crazy.
Facts.
My computer is old, bro. I don't know. This bitch all kind of fucked up. My kids fucked this bitch up, dog. I can't even see you, nigga. As soon as I clicked on your Twitter, it was like, boom. I'm like, oh.
No, it's still working for me. I can still see the stream and everything.
Man, I'm glad I ain't clicked share screen. We would have been stuck like this. But shit, man. Yeah, it's just crazy. But I think that like that's one thing I do like about an artist like Kendrick Lamar. He got a nice balance. He ain't really too like people always say, oh, he a conscious rapper. I'm like, well, nah.
Yeah, I think it's just because of how because of the state of mainstream rap is so there's so much non-conscious stuff out there that his stuff just stands above that. Same with J. Cole. Neither one are super political conscious rappers, but they say enough political messages here and there and got songs that actually talk about stuff that
I'm pretty sure both of us right now can name 10 rappers that's alive that's way more conscious or way farther to the left. And I'm talking about to the point that they're damn near pushing communism. So yeah, it's just but it's a nice balance in between hearing the surface level bullshit. You know what I'm saying? Because I always like picking apart lyrics. I always like double entendres, triple entendres. I always like the fucking fine clues. You know what I'm saying? Or you left a clue in this song, and and it continued in the next song. Like when Eminem said on that song with Sticky Fingers, he said, "I promise for 6 minutes I won't say fuck for the next 6 minutes." And then he didn't say fuck, but 6 minutes later, he said fuck. You know what I'm saying? Just little shit like that. It's just little Easter eggs. But all this bullshit, hear all this bullshit. I know a lot of niggas don't like Hobson, but he be speaking some real shit sometimes. And one thing he said, it was years ago, nigga, this shit is so watered down, I developed soggy ears. And I was like, that's some fucking that's some poetry right there, because you can hear a song and you be like, this shit is garbage. But then you hear it. It's like forced upon you. They play it on the radio, play in the clubs. Kids playing it, and then you start to find snapping your fingers, stomping your feet. And you develop your soggy ears, and you just like, I guess it's all right.
Yeah.
And we just let the shit pass. We let the shit pass for good music, and it makes it harder for artists out there like you, for one. I was talking to Paige Kennedy. I'm pretty sure he an artist from Detroit. I was talking to Paige Kennedy about why we don't need Drake. And he was like, with Drake, he's number one selling, blah blah. I was like, nigga, that shit don't mean shit. We have Vanilla Ice and all them, whatever, And I'm like, Drake took more than what he gave. Look at all the styles that he had taken. Look at all the artists that he had shelved. Look at all the music that we are missing out on from these independent artists, because he stole their entire identity, their entire flow and shit like that. Think about how better the state of hip hop would be if Drake wasn't in this conversation. You know what I'm saying? Drake wasn't a rapper. I think hip hop will be in a way better position than it is today, because everything I hear from the man is surface level. It's like you might get 1 or 2 songs about, she don't like me.
Yeah. But, I don't even listen to Drake like that, for real.
Yeah.
more
I listen to all the hate.
somewhat when like the older Drake, when he first like like back with like Lil Wayne and all that shit. But I stopped listening a while ago. Definitely not no more with with everything going on. He's rocking with the Hells Angels now and shit. I ain't with that. That's different.
Oh God, I was wondering about that. I was like, hold on, ain't the Hells Angels like a white supremacist group?
Yeah, I mean, they're not. That's not like I guess their main mission. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? But like, cause all right, there was a quote by the founder where he was like, "We're not explicitly a racist group, but there's enough racists in our group that no black guy's ever gonna get in." That was like a quote from the founder. So it's some shit like that. Like, and
like
they've
you
been
can join, but
no, they don't
make it out.
Yeah, they let some from like reading the book too, written by Hunter S. Thompson about the Hells Angels. They like might let some black people like hang around and make exceptions, but they're never gonna actually like let them as a member type shit.
It's them same niggas who let their friends say the N word, like their white friends say the N word.
Yeah, and I've also heard that it varies too by chapter. So the Canada Hells Angels might be like more open to like interracial things going on, but it's still a bad look to have like the the Aryan Brotherhood riding for you, basically.
That's why I'm like, oh, Rick Ross got punched. I'm like, by who? I'm like, damn, Drake strapped on his nuts. That's what's up. I'm like, like, damn. Like, no, it's some white dude.
Yeah, and that shit goes deep too, because they're signed to at least one of them was named Mercules. And so they're Hells Angels, but they're also rappers. And this Mercules guy, not the one that punched Ross, but the guy that was standing directly next to the guy that punched Ross, is signed to Snoop Dogg on the Revive Death Row records that they brought back type shit.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, this shit's weird. And like Ice Cube tours with the guy and shit. So I don't know, man. It's
that's another motherfucker who be catching a whole bunch of flack for a little bit of nothing. Like, I don't know. He a little shady. You know what I'm saying? Ice Cube a little shady. He be talking about business moves and shit like that, but
he's a supporter of Israel now.
He what?
Yeah, a couple years ago, 2020, he spoke at the Zionist Organization of America's annual gala.
You talking about the same Ice Cube that got called anti-Semitic? Jews that taking over
He's trying to go above and beyond to do the other thing now.
That's money. I don't give a fuck what else is. You can't tell me, nigga. That was your whole identity back in the days. I remember him and Common had beef.
Part of the beef they had with Eazy-E was about that. He was like, he had a line like, "You let a Jew break up the crew," or whatever on the with no Vaseline type shit. But yeah, now his manager that he does the Big Three with is like a Zionist lawyer, and he's cool with Morton Klein, the head of the Zionist Org of America. He spoke at their benefit and shit. Said he believes in Israel has the right to exist 100%. It should, like these dudes get old and then just like
fuck it. And I remember Tupac saying that, like, you better fight right now. You better fight when you're young, because when you 30, 40, shit, you ain't, you know what I'm saying? You ain't got that energy no more. They beat it out of you. They take it out of you because you've been fighting for so long and for so much. You know what I'm saying? Niggas be ready to sit down. But nigga, there's a difference from just stop, you know what I'm saying, stop protesting, or you know what I'm saying, settling down on your activism and stuff like that. But when you switch sides totally, that's just, you know what I'm saying, just do a whole 360.
Like, you already got money. You could just retire. You know what I'm saying? You ain't got to go out the other way.
Like, you got money. You got more money. Even if you don't have the money that you thought that you should have in your career, you know what I'm saying, how far you are in your career, you still have more money than most of the fucking world, dude. Just be happy. Be happy, dude. Right. Just that, and I'm telling you, these people who capitalism, where capitalism is their religion, they are sick. You know, they have a illness. It's like a hoarder. They have an illness and they have to hoard money, and they always have to have something. You know, it's like having a big ass house and no kids type shit. Like, that's just stupid, man. It's stupid. I don't know. We got to do something about this shit, boy.
Yeah, it's real.
Because music is one of the reasons why a lot of these people was protesting, getting out here in the streets, especially during the 60s, 70s. And we need groups like the Black Panthers back out here, because I remember they was getting on these artists' ass, like, hey, don't be, who they got on James Brown ass. They was like, hey, you need to make a song for us.
Yeah.
And
he started coming to marches and shit too.
You said what?
He started coming to like marches and shit too.
Yeah,
like
like we need to hold these motherfuckers accountable. Like, hey, you wanna perform here? You need safety and shit like that. Hey, whatever it may be, yeah, extort their asses, threaten their asses, whatever the fuck it may be. Because some get it straight.
There was some artists recently that did a show for Palestine and Sudan in England, I think. It had like Earl, Sweatshirt.
Yep.
Mos Def, Yasin Bey. I forget who else was there, but I know them two definitely was there. So that was like encouraging to see at least some rappers, you know what I'm saying, is doing stuff like that versus like press conferences with Blinken and shit. But yeah.
This shit is so fucking crazy, dude. I got to get you back on the show because first of all, we got a whole. I can see because I wasn't even prepared for this. I ain't gonna lie, I'm high as fuck, and I just ate a big ass potato. So, but obviously you smart as hell, and we got to get you on the show. We're gonna talk about a lot of foreign policy and how to come back home, because I think, what a lot of black people is missing is, everything comes back to us, man. Everything comes back to hurt us. And like we were saying earlier, when people say, oh, this ain't your fight and blah, blah. And I had to explain to this one black dude, and I don't know who the fuck he was. I'm just trying to be nice to a black guy. He going hard on me. He going after me, talking about Palestine and all these people too much. This not our fight. And I'm like, dog, the IOF and the IDF train our police officers. Mm-hmm. Why you think that police brutality is so bad nowadays?
Facts.
It's like
they got whole ADL programs that send over U.S. police to train in like all the tactics they use on Palestinians, and they use them on us type shit.
They just had announced that they had a new weapon that they was using on Palestinians, and I guarantee once those cop cities are built, they're going to be using them on us. And all these people talking about Project 2025 and blah blah. I'm like, man, that shit just sound like living through a black man life. I don't like that shit. Don't scare me, dog. That shit don't scare me. And if it scare you, then I think that y'all should do something about it. If you don't like Project 2025, then dismember capitalism, because that's the only thing that's going to stop it. You're not going to dismember it by putting a Democrat in office who's going to act powerless when it's time to be a leader. When it's time to make change, they're going to say, oh, the parliamentarian, or we only this one guy, he's actually a Republican and Democrat scan, and he's gonna vote against us, so we didn't try it all. Like all this bullshit, man.
Yeah, they be ineffective as fuck, because even when they got majority in the Senate, or even when they had the opportunity to put like a new judge or something on the court, they like fuck it up. You know what I'm saying? Because I remember when Obama was trying to put dude on Supreme Court, they was like, nah, the Republicans was like, nah, we ain't gonna let that happen. And they just like allowed that shit.
I would have been like, man, get your old ass up out of here. What the hell? And then racist bitch.
they did the same, like Roe versus Wade or whatever, got taken back. And now Biden's like tweeting out, like, if you vote for him, he'll bring it back. Like, you could bring it back right now, bro. You the dude in office right now. Like, what are you talking about? Like, it's just stupid. They don't be on shit though.
Oh, dog. And the people that fall for this shit, I just be looking like, wow, you really are dumb. I be like, damn, I be clicking on their profiles like PhD and you know what I'm saying, doctors, lawyers, teachers. But man, Americans are really dumb. Like, you really falling for this shit. I can't believe it.
Yeah.
Oh man, this is crazy, dog. I just be looking like, how you let a nigga with power be like, hey, I could change this, but you got to give me you got to make sure that I keep my job. Like, nigga, if you just do it right now, then your job is secure. Like, all Biden really need to do is give these people one or two things. They're gonna take it.
Yeah,
they're gonna take it because they need something good to run with. for one, as being a Democrat, because they haven't delivered anything to the people,
No.
anything but genocide.
Yeah. More weapons to Ukraine and Israel and shit like that.
Send some weapons to Hamas. How you figure I want my weapons and money to go to Ukrainians? I want my weapons to go to Lebanon.
No, they be building they send Israel the weapons and they build like a humanitarian pier too. But like it's like why don't you just not give them the weapons so you don't got like it's stupid. And the pier don't even work. They use the pier for military shit. Like
I was just about to say that. I was wondering when I first saw that, I was like, yeah, that don't seem sketchy at all. Like why can't you just go over there and give them the damn food? Where is Israel going to stop America? Is they going to stop our soldiers? Oh no, our soldiers are over there. Not only are they over there, but they over there getting their asses kicked. Like I be seeing them on these Telegram pages getting their asses kicked. American soldier in West Bank, arm blown off. I'll be like, what is you doing there?
Bullshitting. Doing some same type of thing that when the Rhodesia and shit, when Zimbabwe liberation war and shit, there was a whole bunch of like white American Vietnam vets and shit that went over to fight for Rhodesia and shit to their white brothers and shit. I don't know. Yeah, it was. And then
like
again,
Vietnam vet. Why would I would out of all the fucking vets, those are the last niggas I'm calling. Y'all got y'all ass kicked so bad.
Yeah.
Y'all had to make up a whole fucking y'all had to make up generations of propaganda just to make it look good. Oh, I'm a Vietnam vet, blah blah. Like this one dude got mad at me. He was saying he was talking some shit, and I know he's a Vietnam vet, and I was like, oh, he was mad because I'm not proud to be an American, shit like that. I say I'm not an American. I'm one of the 22 million blacks that has been killed. Malcolm X quote,
Yeah, the victims of Americanism.
Yeah, it's victims of Americanism. Yes. This nigga said, "Well, I'm a Vietnam vet and blah blah." I was like, "I'm proud to." I was like, "You proud to be a loser?" Like, let's not act like y'all didn't get y'all asses kicked. I bet bread. If I start lighting fireworks, your PTSD gonna start going off the fucking right.
Yeah.
Real soldiers don't come back home with PTSD because what we did was righteous.
Yeah. Plus, like a lot of that Vietnam shit, they was recruiting black people disproportionately, trying to send us to the front lines and shit. So like that's not even something to be proud of if you like got forced over there to be like cannon fodder basically for U.S. imperialism.
You're gonna watch Muhammad Ali. You're gonna watch him box, but you won't listen to him when he talking. It's like you're no better than shut up and dribble. You know what I'm saying? You're no better than these racist white people who can't have a good team without black people or people of color, but they still call them monkeys and throw bananas at them.
Yeah, facts.
But if they left, I keep telling these, I keep saying racism is one of the stupidest things ever because, okay, you want all blacks to go back to Africa or wherever the hell we came from, dude, your world will collapse. Your whole system is based off of us being down. Like if we find a way to get all of our people out of here, everybody out of the prisons, it's over, bro. Your system is shutting down. Y'all won't even have entertainment. Y'all won't even have entertainment. No Jews, no jazz, no blues, no rap, no football, no basketball, no baseball. Y'all will have nothing. Your whole system is built upon our backs.
Facts.
Y'all gonna be running back to us. Please forgive me. I didn't know my ways.
Facts.
Yes.
I mean, like you said, every genre of American music pretty much comes out of black music type shit. Like whether it be rock and roll, country, blues, you know what I'm saying, hip hop. I think pretty much every genre. There might be some I'm not thinking of, but yeah.
I'm pretty sure white people don't even want to hear white people talk about how much they love America all the fucking time. Like, man, get me out of this fucking caught.
Yeah.
Oh God. Man. But yeah, this is a great. I got to get you on the show with Nick, man. I think this is yeah. We gonna teach some motherfuckers, bro. Because I be seeing people on Twitter and Facebook just going at each other next. What's that one dude named Tyreek?
Nasheed.
Nasheed.
Yeah, the FBA stuff.
FBI shit.
Pretty much. Yeah, it's just I never understood like how talking shit about Africans is gonna help get us reparations. That's why like it just never like I don't know if it was just about like Black American history or some shit. All right, cool. But now they like talk about FBA hairlines. They be every time a Black person commits a crime, they be like, was he a tether or some shit like that?
Mm-hmm. I'm like,
I'm like, bro, like, what are y'all talking about? But yeah, that whole movement's weird.
That's some weird ass shit. Y'all seen that? I was like, bro, I'm gonna spit on you, bro. Cause you be wilding, bro. I can't believe he actually got a movement, but people like him come and go all the time. He like a Alex Jones or some shit of Black people.
Yeah, pretty much that type of vibe.
I'm like, dog, I don't take you serious, bro, because you know, even like it was something that he was supposed to build. He was supposed to build like a school or a museum or something
or something, I think.
He opened up a club.
Yeah.
Like I built
that sounds on brand. That's the type of shit he be on.
I built the library where my people donate to me, all the time, whether I'm doing, stuff for the homeless or stuff like that. I got a library here in Detroit. I said I was building a library, but what I actually built was a community center. So not only is it a library, you can get your hair cut, you can learn how to cut your hair, you can learn how to do your taxes. You know what I'm saying? You got wood shop classes, you can actually learn how to do stuff. When you say you're going to do stuff for the Black community, do stuff for the Black community. Don't use our money against us to try to, like a fucking club, my nigga. Like we don't have one of those on every fucking corner.
Thanks.
Oh God. He's just embarrassing, man. I'm like, one of them had asked me, where your grandma from? Like, my grandma was a slave in Mississippi. Like, oh. But my granddad, he was African. So now what?
They probably got confused. They don't know what to say.
Both of them was slaves. He was a slave in Africa. Yeah. She was a slave in Mississippi. So
yeah, the slave trade too. Like if they knew history, it's so fluid that like there was people that were enslaved in America, and then would get traded to like Cuba or to the Caribbean, like one of the islands or something. If they, you know what I'm saying, sometimes as punishment they trade you downriver or whatever. So they send you downriver, so you get sent to Cuba. So you might have been a slave in America, your family for hundreds of years. You get traded to Cuba in 1860. 1859 something. Are you now not an FBA? You know what I'm saying? Like, or the other way around. Because it went both ways.
I think their whole thing is to deny the slave trade.
Oh, with the Native American, we're the real natives.
Yeah, I think that's their whole thing is just to deny it. Because once you ask these people, they don't. I saw people ask them this. They don't reply back. They reply to everything else, but they don't reply back to that question because I know they don't want to say it. But this is what they are saying, and we have proof of people, thousands and thousands of people jumping off of these ships, man. Mm-hmm. Like we have a saying about it. You know what I'm saying? Catch me in the ocean with my people who's like, and the CIA is man, they gonna pay, boy. They're gonna pay for this shit.
That's definitely some like government shit because like you're denying the biggest crime that like white people ever committed against us, saying it never happened because we're like real Indians or some shit. Like I don't even make like, and none of them speak no Native American languages. They talk about their grandma was Chickasaw or whatever. You don't know one word of like whatever the fuck that language is. Like they just be making shit up. Cause there's so many people claim that their grandma was like Native or whatever, so that they're not African. But even if your grandma had part Native, you probably got way more African. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's I don't know.
They probably got more fucking European.
Yeah. Well, a lot of them cases is people lying. Like the grandma might say she was half Native to cover up from the fact that like she had there was rape in the family because of the slave conditions and shit like that. So like that's a common
because you mix with Indian. Cherokee, Blackfoot, whatever, blah blah. It's like, okay, like yeah, we get, even if like there were, you know, there black people was everywhere.
Yeah.
Black people was everywhere, but to sit here and act like, oh well, these people were brung over here, sit on dessert. Like, what are you talking about, man? Everybody who gets hurt, you know, everybody who was everybody should get something. I don't care where you come from, dog. Just from they thinking, oh, if we give them something, that's gonna be less for us. No, it's more for us. And I don't think it should be just a one-time check. I think, you know, we need to get a percentage cut from these corporations every year. Every year, I think black people should get all black people in America, especially if you if your family was used in chattel slavery. I think we should get a percentage of these companies and these corporations' net worth or what they make a year, and we should get our 40 acres in the mule, and we should be able to govern our own self. You know, it don't stop with this. You know, like,
because like people don't talk about the corporations a lot. Like sometimes, like it might just be like from the government they want reparations, but like these corporations, a lot of them existed during slavery and got their start. Like one example I know, Barclays Bank, the Barclays Center and shit, where the Nets play, that Jay-Z fucking helped evict people to get that built. That was a bank that did most of their money early on in the 1700s. The shit came from slavery. And even the Barclays family even had like a whole slave plantation in Jamaica. And so like that's like the foundation of a lot of these banks and insurance companies and all these things have been around for over 100 years and shit.
Train
like,
stations, mining, all type of mining for gold, mining for coal. It's like, yes,
all that shit.
Yeah. People are this is a debt. Oh, and I don't give a damn if you like who get it. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't care, man. Like all black people should be able to come up. Everybody should be able to live comfortably, and it's not even just, you know, about black people living comfortably, because the more we live comfortably, the more the world heals. You know what I'm saying? The more we can actually be what we were sent here to be, or put here to be, however the fuck you want to see it. You know, we can be the artist that we want to be. We can actually take time out, you know, and do something. You know, like everybody's just working and sleeping, eating, working, sleeping, eating, and you get into that cycle, and it's just not healthy, man. That's why everybody lashing out, because nobody wants to be here. But everybody wants to be something, but nobody wants to be here. Oh shit, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Can you see me?
I think it froze up, like your picture froze, but I can hear you.
Oh fuck. We're just gonna have to end this, dog, because I gotta do something for my girl. But if you want to, man, we can come back next on Thursday if you're free. I'll have a new computer then, and we can set up.
Yeah, possibly.
I can actually get the shit in order, because I want to be able to share the screen and shit like that.
No, I feel you. Yeah, I'm down to come back on for sure. I might not be able to do the same time on Thursday, but I'll hit you up on Twitter or something.
All right, bet. All right, man. Thank you for coming on, man.
All right, no problem. I appreciate you having me on here.
Oh, yeah, no problem. Nigga, thank you for coming on. I'm about to go bump your shit real quick.
Oh yeah, no, definitely. Everybody watching, check out new album's called Fly Griot. It's on all streaming platforms. Slank. Check out my collective Push Soul. We got a new album called Soul Cycle up too. So yeah, all streaming platforms. Definitely tap in.
Thank you, man.
No, I appreciate it.
Go in the street, though.